Hello, it's me, Cubby, and Scruffykins on the next episode of A Personal Spin. And we're here to tell you about Blink-182's new album, California, which was released this year on BMG. And it was produced by John Feldman of Goldfinger.
Los Angeles, when will you save me? Los Angeles, when will you save me?
Okay, this album is complicated. I have a long history with Blink-182. I grew up with them. So when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I listened to them and I loved them. They were funny, I related to them, they sang songs about being in college and all that kind of stuff. If you know Blink-182, you already know this. However, then they released their self-titled album and everything sort of went... That album was alright, but for me, the fun went out of the band. I think they just sort of stopped being kids, which is fine because they're getting older. But Blink-182 was supposed to be about fun and stuff, and I let it go with that album because it was quite nice to hear a different side to them and this kind of thing. But then they split up anyway. But then when they came back, they just shouldn't have come back. They just sound tired, old. You can hear it in their voices. Like Mark Hoppus just sounds bored, and there's next to no effort in the lyrics. There's too much influence from John Feldman of Goldfinger. It actually sounds like a Goldfinger album, kind of, but more dark and tired. It just sounds tired, and it's really annoying because you can hear the potential for the songs to be good. I mean, most of the songs are actually quite catchy, but the lyrics are fucking awful. The lyrics are awful, and again, it just sounds tired. There's no energy to it. There's no fun. It just sounds like they put the record together to make money, which is fine because I mean musicians have got to make a living, but it just sounds like they stuck it all together as quickly as possible to get it out as quickly as possible, and it suffers for it. They sound like they're trying to appeal to teenagers and be mature at the same time, and it just doesn't work. I mean, there's loads of like weos and stupid hand claps and weird, like, really almost cheesy rubbish in it. It's really stupid. I think they should have released it under a different name or something, and I'm all for bands changing their sound and developing, but this isn't that. This is just trying to relive the glory days, and you can hear it in the insipid, stupid lyrics and the boring guitar work. There's a couple of songs that sound like rip-offs of some of their older songs, like, for example, the opening of Los Angeles. It's just dull.
Let's run away, let's go and waste another year.
Production-wise, it's atrocious. I could at least sort of cope with it if it wasn't for the production. It just sounds like they recorded it and then went, let's turn it all up as loud as possible, and it just sounds sterile and heartless. There's no humanity to it at all. Even in the vocals, there's no humanness to it, and that's not what this band is about. That's not what they should sound like. Even Travis's drums just don't sound like Travis is playing them anymore. It's like he sort of hit each instrument a different couple of ways, and then they copied and pasted it and sort of made up their own beats in Pro Tools or something, which they probably did, for all I know. The other issue is there's no life to it whatsoever. Another issue about the band is that Tom left, and at that point they should have just said, okay, let's make a new band and call it something else and do something else. And then this probably would have been alright. They wouldn't have been trying to relive the glory days of Blink-182, and it wouldn't have suffered.
It feels like the moon is spinning off into outer space without you. This room's such a lonely place without you.
The good points. The songs are catchy, I will give them that. If you ignore the crappy lyrics, they are catchy songs. You can hum them, you can sort of go like this and stuff like that, which is fine. And also the fact with this album there's a dream and a slight hope that Blink-182 could be fun again, maybe one day, like the next album, and it won't be so compressed and horrible. The bad points is most of the album is just trash, really, and they should just split up and start a new band. My favourite tracks are Los Angeles and Bored to Death, which kind of sums up the entire album, really. Poor rating. This is the worst one so far, and me and Scruffykins can only give it a 5 out of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has a few good points, but it's not enough to stop it just feeling tired and bored of itself. And I'm tired and bored of saying that it's tiring and boring, as you probably are too. Can you dance to it while drunk? Well, you could try, but you might get bored.
Dear head, shut up. I can't listen no more. It's late, so shut up.
Thanks for watching. I've been Cubby. This has been Scruffykins, even though he doesn't speak much. And stay tuned for more reviews. All reviews are my personal opinion, but apply.